my name is Leia. You may have found my channel from an Azure haul. That's what I've been doing. That's what I've been posting recently. I would like to start posting a couple more videos a month, but I'm trying to figure out what would be useful content for everybody. And something that I really love seeing, and hopefully you will love it too, is just meal ideas. So I'm going to try to share what we eat every week in one video at the end of the week. And I will show you where I got my recipes, my cookbooks, that sort of thing. So this is night one. It is Saturday night and we are having pad thai. I picked up these noodles when I was back in my hometown. I'm from St. Louis area and there's a really cool store there called Global Market, and I just love walking up and down the aisles and seeing all the different ingredients and meal ideas, and I picked these noodles up, but we don't usually cook with these. So I just got them knowing that I could probably find a fun recipe, and here we are tonight. So we're gonna do pad thai. I have shrimp thawing here, and I'm using this book, the Cooking School Cookbook. I just got this one for Christmas, and I like it a lot. I think it's very cool how it, the book is broken down into courses, and by courses I mean like classes, not courses as in meals. So here's an example. Course, sweet potatoes, and then they show you different ways to prepare sweet potatoes. So you can kind of decide if there's something that you want to become an expert in or whatever, and you can go see if they have a course on it. So anyway, let me cook some dinner and I will show you how it cooks up. I'm really glad that I started dinner early tonight. It's only about 3:58, almost 4 o'clock. And it calls for brown sugar, and I'm out of brown sugar. But here's the deal. We don't buy brown sugar. We buy our organic sugar from Azure Standard. And then we do 1 tablespoon of molasses to 1 cup of sugar. And then you just whisk it up and put it in this jar, and it's just as good. The only downside is sometimes you have to make it. So let's get that going.
This meal was all right, but honestly we had to add a lot of sesame oil, soy sauce, and sriracha to make it good. And here are the kids' plates. We served Parmesan noodles on the side because they probably weren't going to eat this. But it was all right. I don't know if I'll make it again, but worth a try if you think you'd like it.
Hello friends. Tonight I am making gumbo. This is my dad's recipe. It uses andouille sausage, hopefully I'm saying that right, and chicken. I'm very tired, so I'm ready to get this dinner cooked and be done. So over here on the stove, I've got some chicken breast cooking up. This is obviously easiest if you have some leftover chicken, but I didn't have leftover chicken today. So I just did salt and pepper, and I'm just sauteing them in the pan because they will be plenty flavorful in the gumbo on their own, or, you know, mixed in. The recipe also calls for 8 cups of chicken stock, and I don't have chicken stock right now. I do have some home canned vegetable broth, and I'm going to use that, as well as a can of beef broth. This honestly almost tastes like a vegetable broth, so that's what I'm going to do. So this is my roux, and I'm not going to lie to you folks, I think I might have burnt it a little bit. I don't know if you can see the little speckles in there. It is supposed to get really dark. Normally this range, I'm kind of new to cooking on one of these types of stoves, and it takes forever to get hot. And I walked away to get a kid dressed in snow gear, and I came back and this got way further along than I thought it would. So I'm just gonna call it good. It didn't take nearly the 20 minutes that it was supposed to take, but here we are. So for my bell peppers that this recipe calls for, I have these that we actually grew these over the summer, and I froze them. So I'm just gonna take them out here and chop them up a little bit better. They're in slices because I was thinking we would use them for fajitas, but we're kind of out of fajita type meat until we get our half cow in April. And then I'm also gonna throw in these poblanos just because this isn't quite enough. These are organic poblanos I bought from Azure, and I diced for making white chicken chili. And I just just haven't been making white chicken chili very much, so I have plenty of those to spare. I'm also gonna throw in one of these garlic pucks. Let me show you. I made these originally just because I had some garlic that was going bad, and I have loved cooking with these so much that I ordered 5 pounds of garlic from Azure, and I'm gonna try to make a bunch of those. And I'm a little bit nervous because that's a lot of processing to do. But I've read that, and maybe I'm totally off, but I have read, let me turn this up, that you can put the garlic in warm water and let it sit for a few minutes, and then you can just squeeze it out of the clove, out of the papers. So I am hopeful that that's how that will work. Okay, this is the brand of sausage that I was talking about, and I like that it's grass-fed, although if you do your research about what 100% grass-fed means, it doesn't always mean what you think it means. That's why it's probably primarily best to just know your farmer. If they just cut the grass, whatever it is, and bale it and then feed it in a feedlot, that technically, I think, don't quote me, but I think that also counts as grass-fed. So the thing that sold me really is that it's regenerative agriculture, which generally means you're rotating pastures and taking care of the land. Generally, it's not a feedlot. So that's why I am buying this. It is very pricey, so this is kind of a special meal for us, and we won't eat this, you know, more than once a month, maybe. But I do buy it in bulk from Azure, so it just sits in our freezer and we pull one out a month.
I put the recipe for this in the description box, and we just serve it over rice, and it's a winner. We love this every single time, and my husband will eat it for lunch at work.
Hey friends, so it is Wednesday night. I was not able to film Monday night because I was out and about right up until dinner time, and we just grilled some chicken drumsticks with a barbecue seasoning, dry rub on them, and then we put barbecue sauce on them and served them with cornbread. I can put the rub recipe in the description box, and then the cornbread recipe was an America's Test Kitchen one. And then last night I meant to do this slow cooker prime rib, which apparently is very controversial to put a prime rib in a slow cooker, but I was very sick, and so my husband ordered pizza and fed the kids, and I went to bed. So I am doing that tonight, and it is just a prime rib roast in a slow cooker. It's got beef broth in the bottom and a butter and herb mixture around it. Let me show you it. Okay, it has barely started cooking yet, so that's just the butter on top there. And I stumbled across a Reddit thread that said you shouldn't waste prime rib in the slow cooker. But we buy a half cow at a time, and we get several of these, so we have already done a fancy roast with one of them, and as far as I'm concerned right now, it is just a beef roast. So I'm gonna cook it like this. This is what I have the brain power for. And I think I'm gonna serve it with some carrots on the side, like roasted, maybe honey glazed. And I will show you those tonight when I cook them up. Okay, so I decided to do the carrots with maple syrup instead of honey. I remembered that we're feeding our almost 1-year-old. We're almost at the honey cutoff, but get out of here. Anyway, I decided to use the maple syrup just to be on the safe side. And then the roast is done. I probably overcooked it, but it's a good meal for a still sick day. We're definitely not at 100%, so.
Okay, this night is pot sticker night, and this is the leftover filling here. It always makes extra, and I'll freeze it, and we'll just have some one-off pot stickers some night. I will put the recipe for this in the description box because this is a childhood favorite, and it's my dad's recipe. So here I have the little shaped pot stickers. Well, this is my shaping station, so I have to crimp them. And then here are all the ones that are done. It's way easier than it looks, I promise. Just give it a try. I'll put the dough in the box below as well. And then on the side, I'm going to serve kind of an egg drop soup with vinegar in it. I think it's kind of like a sweet and sour soup, if you will. I just add the vinegar because I feel like the egg drop soup misses it without it. So I'm going to heat this broth up. This is home canned vegetable broth. I think the recipe calls for chicken broth, but this did just fine. I started to heat the pot sticker pan up with avocado oil, but sometimes the avocado oil tastes funny, and I really wanted these to be up to par, up to expectations, so I went with our organic canola oil. So there's really two steps to frying these, and the first is just in the oil, and then once they get crisped on the bottom, a little bit more than what I'm seeing right here, you will add the water. And then they kind of steam with the lid on for a couple more minutes, and they really cook inside. So then when I checked them again, they looked a little bit better, and I decided it was time for the water. Here is our finished meal, and it's also not bad left over, so a good one to have.
Hey everyone, we made it to Friday. Today I am making some grilled chicken sandwiches, which was on the menu, and then we also had this leftover coleslaw mix. This is what I put inside the pot stickers yesterday, and I didn't use all of it. So I put that in here, and I grated a carrot and added it, and then I'm mixing up the coleslaw sauce. I'm gonna stir that in. And then we're gonna make some chicken sandwiches on the grill. So I'm doing some of this ahead of time. It's only 1:30, but I have a moment. So just gonna get started on some dinner prep.
I have homemade buns in the oven, and I will try to find this recipe, but I have it written down, and I don't quite remember where it came from. I'm not going to put the coleslaw recipe in there because it was not good. You don't want that coleslaw. We also had cookies on the side for dessert, and my husband's outside doing the grilling, so this was a really easy meal. I would do the chicken marinade again, so that will be down below, and we served it with pepper jack, tomatoes, lettuce, and it was a really tasty meal. That's the gross coleslaw. Don't make that.